First of all, you don't need to have the screen on for this video. You can just keep the screen low. If you're sleeping, go to sleep, fam. I'll try to talk slowly and calmly because I'm alone at home, so I have this really chill vibe. It's currently 10 a.m. so yeah. Anyways, good morning, good night, good afternoon, my dear listeners. I guess I'm making a trollge tutorial. No, this is not just another creepy video that's disguised as a tutorial. This is an actual tutorial, and although I'm not an expert, I will try to provide a little insight on how I make my personal incident videos and how you can make yours if you want the same style or a different style. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyways, let's begin by the first thing, content-wise. So, content is kinda easy to get on a trollge video. I say it's the easiest part. And you can appeal to two sides. You can appeal to kinda, I guess, Lovecraftian. You can appeal to something more. You can appeal to something more realistic, to something more just inexplicable. Anyways, boils down to what you want. But I personally like more when people appeal to Lovecraftian because I don't know. I guess eldritch horrors are fun to me. But you can also appeal to more realistic. For an example, a video that I really suggest you watch to get the vibe of this realistic kind of vibe is the office shootout incident, which basically is something that can actually happen, and though it's told behind the story of an actual trollge humor comic, it's something that if you look past it, it's kind of a really scary and kind of depressing story, you know. Anyways, these incidents tend to be more grounded, like it doesn't have any extra supernatural incidents, so it's something more grounded, something more realistic as the name suggests. You can do this fairly simple. You don't need to be extra creative, like normally just involves murder or something. Then comes the eldritch one, which is basically inexplicable events or inexplicable creatures with inexplicable powers, basically the unknown. For an example, the rigid broken hell, something, the backrooms incident. All these are kinda Lovecraftian or eldritch horror trollge videos, which can appeal to multiple sides, but personally they're the best to me. So yeah, that's it content-wise. Let's go straight to the next part, which is the format. There are not many trollge video formats, but I suggest you divide in classic and expanded. Classic are like the cover yourself in oil memes, or cover yourself in blood, or the heaven stairway. So normally all the incidents have a name, like again heaven stairway, mystery man. My own videos like the Morse incident, which is by the way kind of a mini story that I'm making it. I just need more editing and more a skill with the editor, so I'm kind of testing with the author, but don't worry, it's kind of a story. Anyways, the classic is again like the cover and stuff in oil. You have like 3 to 4 panels with steps that if you follow it will lead to some twist. Like in case of the cover and stuff in oil, the original Heaven Stairway, it was the fact that human skin was already oily, so everyone just floated to the sky instantly, and that kind of originated the original Heaven Stairway, which later developed in actual horror. So yeah, that's it, just classic. You don't need you don't need many editing, like you can just do it in Microsoft Paint. Anyways, that's expanded. Again, I suggest you check another channel called PSI Gravity. It's kind of the most updated trollge horror channel. It's not exactly super innovative. No, sorry. It is actually super innovative. Sorry to the guy that makes, but again, makes really neat videos, though he's slowing down because school and stuff. He does have a lot of content, and his content's really good. He expands a lot on this trollge universe. He has multiple logs and multiple stories involving and developing incidents. He made the Heaven Stairway, a silly 4-panel comic about covering yourself in oil, like an 8-minute video, which is something amazing, and I respect a lot this kind of determination and persistence to make these videos, because making this is hard. Like I'm struggling to make some of me, and some of mine they're like just 1 minute long. So making an 8-minute video about a silly incident on the internet is something that should be admired. Anyways, Watch some of these videos, you'll get a pretty clear idea what expanded trollge horror is, which is basically you take this silly comment that you planned and then you expand on it, creating previous dating incidents and small occurrences that eventually build up to the final incident. Okay, so now aesthetic wise, what you want to put on the video? Well, as far as I know, it can be a black screen with text, or it can be just trollge faces, depends a lot on what you want, but you don't need a lot. For example, my videos, my most successful video was made with me googling images. I just googled images, saved them, and then boom, piece them together. It doesn't even have a troll face, and yet it still works. Normally you can include text to kind of keep the quote-unquote old vibe, like keep yourself kind of faithful to the covers of an oil thing. But again, it's up to you. If you don't want any text at all or any troll face, just Disney images, you can do it. You don't need a lot of effort. You can apply a lot of effort, but if you don't want to have invest the lots of time that comes into creating an actual good scenario and stuff, you can just Google images, it will result on the same thing. Audio wise, now audio is kind of a tricky and personal thing. You can either include background music to make it look like or you can just leave it blank and just use the voices. The voice is kind of simple to make. You can either hop on text-to-speech or org, but if you want a classic trollge voice that's kind of distorted, you have to use SAM, which is Sam. I'll call it Sam. Everyone calls it Sam, but it's a very hard to find website, so I'll leave in the description because I know some people just won't find it, which makes this kind of distorted voice that's intelligible but somewhat unsettling. So yeah, that's how you make a trollge voice, and then you just make it narrate. About Sam, the only disadvantage that you have to record the screen to capture the audio. So yeah, you need to have a screen recording for this one. I'm sorry guys, and that's it. I guess that's how you make trollge videos. This video will take a lot of effort to edit because it's like 7 and 8 minutes long. So guess it was worth it. I won't ask you guys to subscribe to the video and see if you want to hop out and start making. Good luck if you don't subscribe, I guess. Like, I don't know. Anyway, see ya.